Hi, everyone. I'll present to you. This is Surya from Full Stack Web Development. Today we are going to see about the form validation in ReactJS. Already we saw what is component, parent, child interaction, relationships, and everything. And now we are going to see about the form validation, how the form is formed. The form validation in ReactJS is a part of web application. It belongs to the essential improvement of user experience with maintaining the data integrity. Each and everything has been feedback, errors, handling, and in ReactJS. Why form is validation? Form validation ensures each and every data that is submitted with the user meets that rules under the server without validation. For example, user can submit the empty fields, might enter invalid emails or password, maybe a break or accept data. The validation improves the user experience, prevent the errors, and protects your background. And second thing, the control components validation in form validation. It goes under the form validation and it have input field connected to the component state and track and validate its value. And next one, importance of form validation. Here user input accuracy, security enhancement and improvement data quality. In user input accuracy, we can go along with the data submission and minimize the errors. Security enhancement, it goes with SQL injection, XSS attacks through strong validation. Improved data quality. Each and everything enhances with the integrity stored data and the validations will be under the user inputs. And we can go along with the validation multiple fields. The validation multiple fields, it often forms a validate multiple fields like email, password, phone number. For example, the constant form data set form. It comes under the error set errors. And we are going to handle each and every change from the form data under target name, target value. Here the constant is handle submit and the prevent default will be there and the temporary errors will be there. And each and every includes the form data with the email address that is invalid email address. Second thing, the password also too short. And finalize, we are going to see about all the fields simultaneously and shows each and every errors messages from each field. And here we are going to see about the real-time validation. Real-time validation has some different types of errors appears in the user types to improve the user experience. For example, input type email, name, email. Validate the emails, each and everything. It goes under on change and handles the changes in the email. So next thing, keeping the component stateless state. The definitions of stateless component is goes under the manage each and every own state and receive the data slowly through the props. Control components of validation. The control component manage the input using the components which goes under the field stateless. Benefits of stateless architecture. It should be performance, reusability and easier debugging. And here using reject validation. The reject validation is nothing but it goes to check the email format, password complexity, phone number. It goes under the regular expressions, that is regret. And here we are going to see a small example, that is constant email regret. It comes under the dollars or at symbol or anything. And if email is regret in testing method and the testing should be goes into the form details with the email, that errors will be comes under the invalid email format. So this comes with the regret help enforce. Strictly the rules has been for the user input alone. So next thing, we are going to see about the form libraries. Each and every form library is manual validation. It comes under the rigorous libraries like Formic, React Hook Form and U. It comes with the simplify validation. We are going to see about the function my form. Here we are giving the register, handle submit, form state and error forms. And using the JSON, significantly the data is alerted on the on submit process. The on submit process, what they will do, it goes under the handle submit, that is on submit, and the input goes under with the email, required email and passwords. And the errors will be rectified and the errors goes under the submit format. And the password validation. The password validation is enforcing only the 6 characters with one number and one special characters. It is common for all and it comes under the constant password. It gives 0 to 9, what we have given the number 1 number to 9, and the next one enforcing the letter character, that is 1 little 6, and finally one special character we want to add any symbol or anything, and the password regret test will be done, and the password errors will be rectified, and the password must contain the special characters and number. We can ensure that the password can be prevent with the strong password we are submitting. Then only we can prevent each and every formats which we have given. Now we are going to see about the handling submit and disable buttons. Disable submit button is a form valid which goes under the submission of each and everything. And finally, we are going to see about the best practice of this. We can use control components, real-time errors, and regret the libraries. And finally, we are adding the area invalid in the proper labels. So the preeminent form of validation, custom validation function, asynchronous validation, integration with UI feedback. Custom validation, it goes under the input against a specific rule. Asynchronous validation, it checks each and every out to external source of user verification. Integration with UI feedback, the single validation errors that ensures real-time updates. So finally, what is a form validation? It's a data integrity user experience. It goes under the state-driven control components. It's have the React home form or Formix simplify large forms. And the last one is the client side and server side validations will be there. So thank you all.